How consistent do you think an upcoming comedian should be these days? Like, how many shows do you think they should hit?
I think like quantities. I feel like sometimes quality is better than quantity. You know, I just think like, for example, in LA, there's a lot of people that I know. They move to LA, or they know coming from LA who are doing open mics, and they're doing 10 open mics a week. And I'm like, wow, 10 open mics a week. That's crazy. But you're doing open mics at a place that they don't want to be. You know, you're, for example, like a coffee shop. Like, yeah, somebody thought about the idea of like, let's do an open mic here, and there's only 4 people, and there's 6 comics, and like the comics don't really care about your stuff, they just want to perform. So yeah, that open mic sucks. So what would you count that? Maybe, because you're rehearsing your jokes, you know. But then you go another open mic that they all kind of like the same. I think like I'd rather just do like 1 or 2 open mics that are good quality open mics, and you're like, okay, I have like a good room, people are actually paying attention, and that way you can actually test like something that it gets. I feel like an open mic, the quality of an open mic, like the closer it is to like an actually show, that's the quality of an open mic you want to be like doing. So I don't know what's the right answer about like numbers. I think like most importantly, you can probably substitute performing with writing, because if you're writing daily, like at least not daily but 5 minutes to like 30 minutes, or just coming up with new ideas or improving your watching tape. Oof, watching tape, and that's so painful, because I record my shows and I come home, and I basically, after the shows, I come home and watch the set. And you know, when you're performing, you're like, man, I did pretty good, and then you're watching it, you're like, damn, this sucks, like this actually not good. And you know, my girlfriend's like, oh, that's good, babe, that's good. I'm like, no, it's not. I was supposed to say this, I was supposed to do this, and they're like, oh, you're being too hard on yourself. But you're like, no, like the tape doesn't lie, you know. It's like, we talk about sports. If you're like playing sports, you can see the tape, and you're like, okay, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, coach is gonna be mad. So like, I think watching tape, recording your stuff, writing daily is probably like the best thing to kind of like be consistent as a comic.